So it's 22:26 p.m. It is Thursday night. And I got two movies, short ones. We got The Death and Return of Superman from 2018 and Boomerang from 88 or 89. Let me look it up really quick because I forget. Oh, 92. My bad. It feels like an 89 flick, but it's not. So, 92. So, Death and Return of Superman. Finally got around to watching it. It got too late the other morning, so I skipped it. But I finished watching it. It's still good. I still loved it. I'm glad DC combines two-part animated films. Definitely. I love that. They did it with The Dark Knight Returns. I still need to get that. I do like the new 52 adaptation for Superman Doomsday Arc. Definitely. It's a whole different aesthetic, but it's still nice. Almost felt like I was watching ZSJL, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah. Granted, a lot was changed, but for this, it still delivers just as good. It really fucking does. Like, it. I'm trying to think how to word this shit. It does cut away from the original setup, which was really cool. Because when they first adapted this, it was the first animated film for DC to come out. Superman Doomsday from 2007. That was pretty good, but it was so condensed and they literally just shrunk to adorable. Go. Ooh, shit, she sent a picture. Go away. Busy. I'll look at that later. Anyway. It was condensed. It just followed. They took the long ass arc and just like that with it. It has an extensive arc. Let's cut it down significantly. And then 11 years later, they decided to readapt it and expand on it with The Death of Superman and the follow up, Reign of the Supermen. And then they combined both of them into The Death and Return of Superman. Which version do I prefer? Honestly, for aesthetic wise, I like the comic version of it. I really do love the comic version. It's so iconic and so beautiful. I never read it, but the panel of Superman fighting Doomsday, battle damage and shit, it's beautiful. It's still dark and a solid 8.9 out of 10. I loved it. It was great. And Nathan Fillion is the best Green Lantern around. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And then I watched Boomerang in 2019. Forgot to review this shit. Although I might have already done it. I didn't check. But I'm just like, fuck it. It popped up. Let's do it. Finished Boomerang and I fucking loved it. I did. I love Eddie Murphy shit. It's hard to believe I got criticized for not having the black stereotype in it. And when I say black stereotype, I'm talking about, let's see, the drug addict, the sidekick, the sacrificial hero, the running gag motherfucker. Those stereotypes. Oh, yeah, and the slave. This ain't Roots, bitch. Certified 100 for me. Yeah, Boomerang back in 92 was criticized because they didn't people weren't expecting to see black people in a high position of authority. They didn't see them as this is ahead of its time too, if you do it retrospectively. They didn't see them in the business model sense, basically. And that's what it's about. And it's really cool. It's such a great fucking flick. You got Eddie, you got Arsenio Hall, two great fucking comedians. Who else was in that? I want to say John Witherspoon, but I could be wrong on that. It feels like he was in it, but I'm probably fucking wrong. Come here. Who was in the cast? Yep, John Witherspoon. Son of a bitch, I was right. I miss him. Sad he's dead. Damn. And if you're just watching this and finding out he died, sorry. Good actor. Damn. All-star cast. Robin Givens, Halle Berry, David Allen Greer, Martin Lawrence. I love Martin. Uh, Grace Jones, Jeffrey, Eartha Kitt, Chris Rock. Oh, okay. Now I remember. Took me a little bit. It's been a while. It's been 3 years. Tisha Campbell, sweet. Yeah. Leonard Jackson as a chemist. Funny. So yeah. Whoa. What's that? What did I say? Oh, I thought it. That's what I get for scrolling too fast. I thought it said an original idea he had for Saturday Night Live. I'm like, what? That would have been interesting. But yeah, I like that. They were both fucking good movies. So between comedy and serious cult classic storyline of redefining the comic book genre, which was better? Well, let's see. Retrospectively, from a retrospective angle, both of them are winners because you have Boomerang, which put black people in the upper echelon category, and you have the Death and Return of Superman, which it highlights one of the biggest events in comic book history. You see a superhero, you see a favored and much beloved superhero die fighting to save a city, which was rare. It never happened before. It was new. It was something crazy. And it paid off. And it was the most selling comic of all time, too. But for me, it's hard to pick because they're both great films. But in terms of what I really enjoyed and would want to own, I'd go with Death and Return of Superman in this. And that's not, favoritism in DC. It's just like, they're both iconic. They're both retrospective cult classics. And yeah, I love them both, but I'm going with Superman on this. Because that was a good fucking story. They're both great, but this one was better. And the pace of this, because it's a 143-minute film. That's a lot. And it's paced out so beautifully. Beautiful pace. Love that shit. But yeah. And I like Superman with a mullet. I like the mullet. I like the beard. I like that shit. That's good. Some people don't like it. Some people do. Some people absolutely abhor it. There's probably people making death threats about the shit all these years later. So if you don't like comics, you don't like black people, well, guess what? You might not like these. And you might be a racist, or you might just, I don't know, not be able to read. You might be dyslexic. If you're dyslexic, you can go to your library and get help. You can get a reading tutor, and they'll start you off with Spot or Clifford the Big Red Dog. Grow from there. And learn how to read. If you love comics, you love black folks, like me, because I'm half black. No, you're not. You're just posing. Bitch, I'm biracial. We can go for a DNA test. I have no problem with that. I'll be your father. St. Maury Povich, motherfucker. Don't see me running to a goddamn couch. I'll be limping, though. Oh, man, I'll be limping to that couch. Maury, where's the couch? Back that way. You know the drill. I can't run. Mad Max that shit. God. Anyway, you all have a great time. If Superman was your favorite growing up, no matter what era you joined up with and watched, whether it was his first outing in the comics, or the Fleischer Times, or black and white serials, or when he became colorful, you can have a good time watching this and appreciate the legacy Superman has left behind. You can also appreciate Eddie Murphy's legacy at the same time, because he, ooh, man, that boy did a lot of shit before he hit it big. Like, this is literally. So, Boomerang dropped in 92. He did. When the hell was that? Because Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live back in the 70s. That's pretty popular. No. But he didn't get his big break. When was that? Give me. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Huh. His big break wasn't until 48 hours, but I'm thinking of his stand-up. Delirious. Yeah, 83. Yep, Delirious was his breakout. Oh, he broke out on Saturday Night Live in 80. But his big breakout was 83. So, yeah. So, literally 9 years went by before he would make an iconic cult classic film. Ain't that some shit? That's crazy to think about. I mean, picture that. Young Eddie Murphy just did stand up in Washington, D.C. by himself at, what was that, 26? Yeah, 25 or 26. 9 years later, 35, 1 year younger than me. And he went out and made a cult classic film that got criticized for having black people in the upper echelon. That's crazy. That's my laptop, by the way. I gave it the finger. So that's crazy to think about. Like, that's wild. He was just 35 when he made this shit. And didn't know it would have a legacy. That's crazy. And you look at Superman, who's been around 50, 60 years at that time. That's a hell of a legacy to go against. So, legacy to legacy, Superman beats that because he's been a little more established. But yeah. So yeah, Soup's over Eddie Murphy. Would Eddie Murphy make a good Superman? I think he'd make a good. He could. In a comical way, though. But like his own style and flair, yeah. If it was a parody of him, oh, definitely. It'd be perfect. It'd be beautiful. If you want to see what a black Superman's like, though, watch The Meteor Man with Robert Townsend. Excellent fucking Marvel flick. But definitely acts like a Superman flick. But doesn't even try to be a comic book movie at the same time. That's cool. So, I'm going to off of here. I'm going to chill and see what the hell that picture was. So, until next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.